When you own an auto shop in GTA, customers will bring you their cars with a list of requested upgrades that you can complete to return the car for a profit. Some customers, however, ask for some pretty interesting modifications, so I decided to make a video showcasing, discussing, and rating my most recent customer cars. So here we are back at the shop with our first customer car. This is the Coquette Blackfin, which is based off the original Chevy Corvette Stingray. So the first thing we're going to do for this car is just give it an overall service, which that's always going to be the first thing that you do when you have these customer cars. Next thing you do is respray the vehicle. Today we're going to be looking for chocolate brown, which is a very, very dark brown, close to black, at least on the indoor lighting. That's how it looks. Not what I would have likely chosen for this car, but not a problem. It still looks nice. So next we'll move into performance. First thing to do is the engine tune. We'll be doing an EMS upgrade level 2, and then we'll also be doing a transmission upgrade to the sports transmission, as well as giving this car turbo tuning. Now we can move on to our next item on the checklist, which is going to be the body work. Moving right into the bumpers, we're going to be doing a custom chin spoiler on the front. I think that looks excellent. That would have been my choice myself. And moving to the chassis, we will be doing the roll cage and chassis upgrade, which really does give the car a nice sporty race car look. I think it looks great. I would have done the same. The exhaust, it is going to stay stock. Unfortunately, that's as far over as I can pan the camera. And then for the hood, we'll be doing the carbon ram air hood, which looks really good on this car. I probably would have left it paint color, but otherwise the ram air looks great. I think that's an excellent addition. And then there's nothing for the lights or spoiler, so we will go ahead and move past that and get to the wheels. This is usually where these cars fall apart, but we'll see what we have today. Okay, so the muscle category is definitely an excellent, excellent start. Let's see what these wheels actually look like. Okay, definitely a nice classic look to them. Classic muscle looking wheels. Obviously they're blue, so we're going to go ahead and change that. I'll likely just stick with the alloy. The black is very dark. It almost eliminates your ability to see the design of the wheel. Although that alloy does look darker than normal, I think. Maybe not. Either way, we'll just go ahead and confirm that, and then we will deliver this vehicle to the customer and see what they think of our project. Now that we're outside in the sun, it's much more obvious that the car is brown and not black. I think it looks great. All the colors look good together. I like the modifications that were done. So of course we're going to go ahead and give it a quick drive and get it to the customer. So far it seems pretty quick. We'll see how it takes this corner and how well it handles. Can't ask for much better from an old school muscle car, I would say. I think this car is pretty nice. So I'll go ahead and let the sound run for a second so you can hear the car. Sounds pretty good, I would think. Alright, and here we are delivering the brand new Coquette to the customer. My man's looks absolutely thrilled about it. I would be too. We managed to get here without a scratch on the thing, which, as you know, the payment does reduce if you damage the car upon delivery. But as you see, we got full marks. And finally, for my rating of the Coquette, I liked it. I didn't love it. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Moving right along, our next customer car is going to be the Entity XXR, which is based off of the Koenigsegg models, both the 1-to-1 and the Agera. I believe there are also some spots taken from the Rugera as well. With the rear opened up, you can see the exposed mid-engine as well as some nice attention to detail on the exhaust work. So let's go ahead and get to work on this Entity. Of course, the first thing we'll do is a service, followed by a respray. This customer has chosen olive green for this car. I think it'll actually suit it very well. A nice subtle color that I don't think is going to hide any of the bodywork. So let's go ahead and have a look. I think that looks great. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a Koenigsegg in this color. So anyways, moving to performance upgrades. There's nothing for the brakes, nothing for the engine, so we'll go ahead and move to the suspension, where we will be doing an upgrade to street suspension. You can tell a difference with these faster cars, supercars, hypercars in the game, but it's a little harder to tell if the suspension is lowered or not because they're already so low. So anyways, upgrade on the transmission as well as turbo tuning, and then we're moving on to bodywork. For the bumpers, we're looking at both a front and rear bumper upgrade. For the front bumper, we'll be doing the carbon splitter with canards. That looks very nice, gives it a bit of a track feel to the car. Moving to the rear, excuse me, unfortunately, you really can't pan the camera past here. It's very hard to see what's going on at the back, but we are doing a secondary color for the rear diffuser, and then we will also be upgrading to the big bore exhaust. Unfortunately, again, can't really see it, but I've done my best to try and show you. You will be able to see it, though, when we go and drive the car when this is all finished. So far, looking very good. Next is the wheels. Oh, okay, so we're going to have SUV wheels, Sunrise. This is going to make or break this entire car, and that's always how it goes with these customer cars. It's always the wheels that are going to make or break it. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, here's Sunrise. That's not bad. That looks pretty good. Once again, wouldn't be entirely surprised to see a Koenigsegg with a similar style of wheel. They really just look like some standard 10-spoke aftermarket wheels. So of course we'll change them again to black for this car. I think that looks best, and then we can go ahead and confirm that and deliver this to the customer. Okay, here it is, all ready to go. Unfortunately, it is nighttime, so you can't see the paint color that well in the daylight or the diffuser and exhaust like I thought you would be able to. Either way, though, I'm very excited to be out driving this car. It's really nice. Obviously, it's quick. There's no question that it handles well. It had better. So I'll go ahead and include a sound clip like I did with the Coquette. So here's that. I have to say, I think that was pretty underwhelming, especially the shifts. They just don't have that nice crispy snap that you would expect out of a car that should have a dual clutch transmission, or at least they should be trying to emulate the sound of a dual clutch transmission. Either way though, let's go ahead and get this car to the customer, see what they think of it. Unfortunately, I won't be getting full payment for this one because of this moment right here where I failed to have a decent reaction time. Yeah, that one was pretty bad, but anyways, here we are finally delivering the car to this beautiful beachfront home, and the owner is understandably upset with us, upset with me. Might have had a bit of a skill issue there, but I really enjoyed the car. It's very nice. My only complaints were I didn't love the exhaust note, and I think the wheels were kind of a poor choice, so the Entity XXR will be getting an 8 out of 10. Moving into our last vehicle for today's video, the Reata. I wish I had realized at the time that this was one of the vehicles that they removed from GTA. I really wanted one, but I missed my opportunity to buy it right here because you can purchase the vehicle rather than modifying it. So, missed out on that one. Hopefully another one comes through the shop because as far as I know, that's the only way to get one right now. So moving into the respray, we're looking at Midnight Silver. I think that's going to look very good on this truck. It's actually darker than I thought. I mean, I guess the midnight part implies that, but it looks more like a gray to me than a silver. Either way, moving into the upgrades, there's no request for the brakes, but for the engines, we are going to do the EMS upgrade level 2, and then nothing for suspension. The transmission will be getting the sports transmission, and we'll also be adding turbo tuning to the Reata, which should be giving it a significant upgrade in acceleration. Moving over to the bodywork, there is no request for bumpers, but there is one for the exhaust. Looks like we're going to be going up to the carbon exhaust, which, again, I can't really show you. I mean, you can kind of see it over there, but not very well. So anyways, next thing to move on to is going to be the hood, which we're going to a vented hood. Let's see how that looks. That's nice. That's nice. It actually adds a more modern look to the truck. And lastly, we'll move on to change the grille. We're going from stock to the classic, which does unfortunately eliminate the 2 rally lights, but does give it an overall cleaner look, so I can't complain too much. And lastly, the wheels. So I would have left them stock on this truck, honestly. They look really good as is. They've requested tuners and the Cosmo. That I mean, yeah, if it were like very low and had like a street truck look to it, that would be great. For this look though, I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. So let's go ahead and get this out on the road and see how it performs, get it off to the customer, and see if they're happy with it. Alright, here we are in the Riata. Let's hear it first. Simply lovely sound that this car makes, just reinforcing the fact that I would really love to have one. And I really enjoy the bouncy, fun handling that the super soft suspension creates. Yeah, I really missed out on an opportunity with this one. So let's go ahead and get it over to the customer and see what they think. The Riata is definitely my favorite build of the day. I think everything except for the wheels were just perfect on this, and I really wish I would have kept it for myself. And with that, the Riata will be getting a 9 out of 10, and of course, a happy, satisfied customer. If you like this kind of video and you want to see more, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!